I'm so excited. I finally got a renter, and honestly, it was like dead the past few months, and then suddenly this week I've been getting like a ton of like really serious inquiries, and one of them even like applied, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm a traveling nurse, and this is all my information, and here's all the money, and like we're ready." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess if you're serious, then yeah, sure, like go ahead." And it feels so good, and so I'm like really excited. It looks like just the perfect tenant. I feel so relieved. Like this was the one thing that was making me so stressed out, and I feel so relieved. All right, I'm off to work, and I'm in a really good mood because like so many great things happening lately, and I think a big part of it, I mean, not I think, I know a big part of it is financially, so I finally signed on a tenant, and I just spoke with her, and she sounds great. She sounds like the perfect tenant. We did a background check, we did income, no evictions, she's just seems like the dream tenant, and she's owned her own property, her own real estate, which is a huge plus because usually, and I've had at this point, gosh, so many I've had so many like people living in my listings, like so many tenants so far that I've had. Usually people that have owned their own real estate understand how stressful it is to do repairs and things like that, so they take care of the home a lot better. Usually the people that cause the most damage are people that are and you can look it up, they're on some kind of government program where like they've never owned their own real estate, so they don't understand how expensive and damaging it is when they destroy your home. So I feel so good. So that's one thing that is going well, and I'm so excited about. The second thing is that I found a new client that is like really serious, and I've had serious clients in the past too, but the problem was I wasn't serious because I was so stressed out with money and like always constantly trying to find like a sense of security, and I've been like kind of paying down my debt, and I feel good about it. And then on top of that, like 2 days ago, I had this guy that I dated in DC calls me. Not a guy that I complained about. As a reminder, I've dated a lot of guys because I was immature and didn't know what I was looking for and all that stuff. So this one guy I dated in DC very briefly, we dated very briefly. He calls me, and he's like, and I'm like, oh great, he saw my video probably, and he's like, oh, you're single again. But no, he calls me to let me know that he's a realtor now in DC, and that he has a referral for me, and and I was like, okay, is he being serious? But he actually did. He had a referral for me, and I talked to the referral. The referral is serious about moving to Dallas, already has a loan approved, and is like, I'm coming next week. And I'm like, great, let's look at houses. We're gonna just knock them out back to back within like 1 or 2 days, and he's gonna make a decision. And I'm like, okay, that's great, let's do it. And like, so all these things are like suddenly working, and it feels like so good. It feels like everything is working the way it should. And then all of a sudden now I feel bad for like all the people that I threw shade on because I was so stressed out. And like, this is why like I don't like to be in relationships when I'm in that kind of state of mind, because I do feel like I lash out at the people around me. Oh my gosh, there's an accident. Whoa. Oh. I always feel bad when fancy cars get in an accident. So it feels good, man. And I'm just gonna keep doing this and keep building my base, because what I know about myself is that when I am in panic mode related to money, it really affects every single other part of my life, because I'm always in a state of like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And I feel like I'm not the only one, and I don't think I'm extreme at all. And the only thing is that I actually recognize that as the problem. Other people really just push it under the rug. I see other people constantly pushing like money stuff under the rug, and like financial security, that feeling that you can, you know, it's money is just a symbol, but like the feeling that I can take care of myself is such an important feeling. And when people feel like they don't have that, it really affects all other aspects of their relationships. And so anyway, I'm gonna go to work, and like, so another thing I realized is that even if I do have security, like even if I do have these wins coming in from real estate, from different parts of real estate, as a realtor, as an investor, you know, another thing is like my second property, I actually found a company that wants to rent out my second property. And this person I've been talking to for the past few weeks, I've vetted them and like got to know them pretty well. And it sounds like we have a really good potential business relationship there. But so all these things are actually happening, and it feels cool and crazy, you know, for me, the restaurant waitress at the moment, to you know, suddenly be about to make so much money from like all these different things. But these are not like things that you can rely on securely. Like, I realize that I still want to have a job at the same time. Like, I still want the backbone of the restaurant so that when there aren't wins, because there's going to be periods when there aren't wins, like for example the winter season or all that stuff, so that I can still do that. And this job, it allows me to travel, they allow me to make my own schedule, they're so accommodating. And like, I guess, you know, because in Dallas there's a lot more jobs than labor like, so they're just so much more accommodating than like they are in other places, I guess. So anyway, or maybe in other places they're accommodating too, but because people don't want to work. But anyway, there's my long rant. I really feel good. It feels like just things are going well, and I'm gonna stop talking now. So I've been doing all this stuff, like yoga in the mornings, not every morning, but like, you know, yoga, like gym, work, therapy, fixing my finances, all these things that have really, really, really improved my state of mind. And the next thing I want to focus on is like art on my body, meaning like how I look, like starting to like fix the style, you know, maybe start shopping a little bit. And then the other thing is also my home, just making it look nicer and more stylish. And so and making my own art to put on the walls. So that's it.